Listener warning. Everything about this podcast is offensive and often stupid. Live from the fashionable north side of Mercy, Wisconsin. It's a Headless Podcast. What the hell? It's the podcast that your mom watches and we watch her back. It's Guys, Games, and Bear!
Yeah! Yay. So this is part 3, Rob. We've actually done... So for those of you who might actually have been watching our show, we've actually been talking about the same topic for 3 freaking episodes.
But we've been time traveling, and that's cool.
That's true.
We're not simply out of ideas.
No. No, there were enough ideas here where we could have done 3 episodes. We could probably do more.
We dropped into our fartus, and we're moving through time.
And or space.
And or space. So this is the 3rd part tonight. We're talking about the 2000s tonight.
You guys are just ready.
Everybody really wants to drink.
Yeah,
you
notice? Yeah, we're all opening our
showdown beer. I have a little bit of self-control. All right?
Okay, so this is a showdown beer. Larry, you bought this, so you get to. So this is coming out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, Henry's Hard Soda.
Okay,
there's like the new
since we're talking about things that never happened,
hard soda should never happen. I agree.
Maybe we should talk about things that shouldn't have ever happened.
Okay, so who's the company on this one?
And it's orange.
Who is the brewer?
But alcoholic weird drinks are popular now. The root beers, and the ginger beers,
okay,
and the
so yeah,
2000s.
the Blitz Weinhardt
and
Brewing
your
Company.
New Age Zimas.
It's a 4.2%. It is a hard soda. It's made with cane sugar. Yay, cane sugar. And this is an orange soda. Let's give it a try.
It's probably like orange.
Who loves orange soda? Kale loves orange soda.
Okay, that's not bad.
Tastes like orange soda.
Pro tip: if you want alcohol not to taste like shit, cover it with sugar.
Cane sugar.
It's okay.
It's the one.
It tastes like orange soda. I mean, I can barely taste the alcohol in it.
And when it gets warm, like right now, it's pretty good temp.
It's got a little bite to it. You can definitely taste alcohol in it.
But once it gets warm,
it's like a sour orange soda. It doesn't just taste like orange soda. Orange soda, you get that sugary sweetness, and it's like overly sugary. This is like tart, like a sweet tart.
Yeah, it does have a little tart.
Yeah, throw half a shot of vodka in there, and
it would probably be great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
if
you want to save money, buy regular orange soda. Put vodka in it. That's pretty much what this is.
Yeah.
I agree. So now, let's see what exactly what
Apparently
it is.
it's tasty stuff.
Is this what I'm thinking it is? Let's see.
Yeah, the caps do have the nice little one-liners.
Pro, if you're lazy enough not to mix 2 things together, you can buy Henry's Hard Soda, now available in convenient 6-packs.
Yeah, basically you are paying for.
Why don't they make craft brews in 40s?
So now, is this an actual soda that they've
I think it's an
put
actual
alcohol
soda.
in it?
I don't
Or
think
is
it's
it a malt beverage?
I don't think it's a malt beverage.
Is it a malt? Read what it says on the top. I
Malt
can't read
beverage with natural flavor.
Okay.
And
It's a malt
certified
beverage.
colors. It's
This
not even
also
orange.
tastes like orange Gatorade mix when it's too watered down. I think that's the best thing I can describe it as. Like you mix it improperly ratioed and you get that little bit of wateriness, but you still get the tang.
Ooh, tang.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like watered down. tang or Gatorade,
yeah. No, wait a minute. Tang.
And think of the real upside. You leave it lying around, your 5-year-old get into it because it looks like soda in there.
And it's
That'll
a
be
twist
good
off, too.
times for everyone.
Okay, if anybody ever gets a chance, YouTube the skit Kid Beer by the whitest kids you know. This is the beverage in Kid Beer. This is what Kid Beer is.
All right, so gentlemen, what do we think?
It's very subpar.
I'm gonna go with that too. It's not anything I would run. Okay, Larry's a big no on that.
Subpar.
I would save money, and for probably a price of 2 of those 6-packs, I can make up a 5-gallon container of pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
That
All right, for that reason, I'm going to go down because you're right. This is just somebody being lazy ass.
And we've also.
It's not bad.
Too.
No, it's not.
It's
I'm
not
not saying-
summertime.
I'm not
This
saying-
is a summertime drink. Like
Then get yourself like a Steel Rattler or something. Like that shit's delicious.
this is definitely no beer.
Yeah, no, it's All right.
I'm seriously considering licking my own testicles to get that taste out of my mouth.
I'll have yours.
Grab one of
My
the
testicles?
That's it.
Thanks.
My testicles or the drink?
I'll have a little bit of both.
Whoa.
No.
I can gargle both.
Next, Sabu.
All right. So let's get back to the real topic. So Rob, the real topic tonight is.
Oh my God! It's vaporware consoles of the 2000s. The final
he doesn't want it.
chapter.
Right,
God.
we'll take this.
Yeah.
You know,
that means he doesn't want it.
Funny, I kind of felt like.
Thank you.
Wait, 2000s, does that go up to 10 or
The
you know,
aughts.
there's 6 years of vaporware possibilities
The
here.
odds.
There's 10 years of 10 years of solid vaporware there.
Well, I know, but there's an additional 6 there could be.
Yeah, no. Now you're into the 2010s. So no.
Modern vaporware.
How about 2001
to Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
And I suppose that's too new. It still could come out.
Any of these
I
can
want
still
to
come out.
believe.
Yeah. All right. So,
All right,
what systems are we talking about?
All right, we're going to start with the Gamepark XGP with a planned release date of 2006. No actual month set. This is interesting, by the way. Because I was into this company, so there's a lot of good history here. Gamepark was best known for their creation of the semi-popular GP32 back in 2001.
Huh.
Ask most folks about the Korean manufacturer, and they'll give you blank stares.
Yeah, I mean,
You may hear a slight buzzing noise or some clicking as they try to process the concept of a gaming company that survived over a decade and a half that they've never heard of. But there it is, staring at all of us. Accusingly. Can you tell I actually wrote this?
Yeah, you did actually write that. Nice note
You're
there.
telling a
The
nice story
homebrew
there, Rob.
handheld gaming revolution that almost was. But wasn't.
You do that on me, so I'm waiting for the typos to come.
I did not do this on me. I was not doing anything after that.
Oh,
Do you have anything in your story
quick
about if you try to
drink
look
update.
it up, you'll be confused?
as you drink
Yes.
it, a fun image appears behind the back. This puts that in the pro column. I'm really curious to what is at the bottom of
Oh,
my
hey,
drink.
wait! I have another image behind mine too.
So as you drink it, there's an image that shows up. So we'll see what fun beholds beneath the label.
You sucked this
Like,
drink, we sucked your soul.
It gives you
That's
the
what it
illusion
says.
you're really hammered. But you're
Okay, sorry to interrupt.
Oh no, it's okay. That stuff, man. You're taking a bullet from me. Gamepark was created
Do you need
privately.
an emergency beer?
No. No, I do not. Gamepark was created privately, but was funded by the South Korean government when they decided that they'd had enough of Japan's near monopoly on gaming.
Wow.
Took them a while.
Yeah, they were mostly fed up with it because since World War II, South Korea had banned the import of electronics from Japan, and now Korean children had nothing to play with,
Except themselves.
which is bad. Very good.
And a stick in a
You
hoop
know
like
me.
every good country.
Yep.
Damn
Good old
right.
ball in the cup.
So, okay, this kind of thing usually ends up in chronic failure.
Jax.
But the GP32, see, like every Soviet bloc video game system that ever came out. Sorry, guys. Sorry to my...
Eastern Bloc.
From the
Eastern
motherland,
Eastern,
Russian.
Sorry for the motherland people. Your computers were awesome, though. But anyway, usually this kind of thing ends up in failure, but the GP32 was actually created and surprised the market by surviving and even thriving, even though it was more of an underground enthusiast system. And actually, we were hanging out with that particular.
GP32 is.
The GP32 was a semi-open handheld gaming system. It was we actually were playing them.
Yeah.
We were actually using them back
So
in
is,
the day.
I mean,
It's not about that. It's about the XGP. But don't worry, it's in the same vein, so it's coming.
Yeah, but that one
main
came
vein?
out.
That one came out, yes.
Right.
The other one came real close. So 2005, Gamepark is hard at work on their next gaming device, but a disagreement breaks out between staff members about the direction of their next handheld. Disagreement leads to revolution, and in the end, the majority of the engineering staff, you know they can hear you right on the goddamn mic. You're right next to it. God fucking damn it! I can't do it. Sorry.
Nice try,
I
though.
can't care enough. Okay. Sorry.
I think
Very
was the
sorry.
argument that some people actually wanted the crossbar on the right hand.
Yeah, that was
I
it.
think
You're
that
absolutely
was it.
right. So,
Yeah.
No, some people wanted fins, some people didn't. Disagreement leads to revolution. In the end, the majority of the engineering staff defects to a new company, Gamepark Holdings, or GPH. GPH goes on to create the GP2X, the GP2X Wiz, and gasped their last breath, creating the ill-fated Canu in 2010. I was going to look up pronunciation. I had one of those. If you've not heard of these systems, you're probably not a big indie gamer. But don't worry, we'll return to them someday. But this is not the story of the GP2X. It's the story of the Gamepark XPG. So let's talk about it. Gamepark XPG stands for Extreme Game Player. Come on, you guys buying this now?
Yeah.
You on the hook?
I'm not sold.
It's extreme.
Oh
Extreme
my
starts
god,
with E.
they
3 models
They
were
took it
planned.
out
A
to make it
full-size
more.
device, a kid's device, and the XGP Mini. Think Game by Micro, because that's what they were thinking when they ripped it off to make this thing.
Hey, they added 2 extra buttons.
Yes. As far as performance, the XGP would have been the most powerful, followed by the Mini, and then being backed up by the kids model. By the way, all models except for the kids model were far more powerful than its competitor, which would have been the Game Boy Advance at that time. XGP would have focused on downloadable games, both commercial and homebrew. GP2X was very strong in the homebrew area, and this is probably where it would have been most exciting because GP2X, dude, was amazing with homebrew. I mean, they were just sick with the homebrew. Like, developers everywhere came from this platform. And I think they probably would have gone for this one.
Is it like their own custom platform, or?
It's really a Linux kernel, so you could get a whole lot of Linux games packed on it. But it was it was essentially a Linux kernel, but it was very customized. You wouldn't, if you were a Linux person, you'd notice. But I don't think people that weren't Linux knowledgeable would have noticed. Assuming it's like how GP2X did their interface, and you really couldn't tell on the GP2X at all. So hardware-wise, the main one was based on the Magic Eyes V-Render 3D system on a chip, used throughout the GP2X line as well, and the Leapfrog Digi. You ever heard of that one?
Yeah, that child's toy.
Yes.
Yeah, they used the same one, which, by the way, was regularly hacked to make room for indie games and
that
other
thing was
things.
giant, dude.
No, it was only this big. It was only about that big.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm
Yeah, you're thinking that monster. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
no.
thinking of the monster.
The Digi
It
was like
a
their little
Game
portable
Pro
one.
or something like that.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like huge.
Yeah, ridiculous.
You had like when you had it in a 3-year-old's hand, it was as big as their head.
And you could beat them with it, which is awesome if they were playing it too much. I really like that part.
Whack! Soft foam side, so it didn't bruise them. So Texas Services could
They included a helmet with each one.
That's terrible, but totally makes sense in some
Right?
way.
Thanks, engineering.
So, the CPU was an ARM 920T. Advertised as running at 266 megahertz. They think it was probably overclocked from 200. 1.5 million polygons per second. Not too bad.
That's actually really good.
16-bit stereo sound. It had Wi-Fi built in.
Whoa!
It came with a waifu?
Yeah.
Waifu.
With a
Wait,
woofu.
what would be the date?
2025.
When was again? When would this be in? As far as having a device with Wi-Fi, I mean, lots of things have Wi-Fi.
This is going against a Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game Boy
All
Advance
right.
didn't have
Oh,
it.
Yeah, that
about
was-
2006.
Right.
Again, those specs were realistic. I wasn't like.
Yeah, they're not like blowaway, but for a handheld system at the time, they were pretty
Well, the
impressive.
Game Boy
They probably would
Advance
have caught
came
on
out-
fire.
I'm just thinking about
2001.
phones at the time.
Was it
like,
2001? Yeah, it was
that's what I
2001,
like
but it was quite a
like
while
the
before they went to
Asher.
the DS.
Yeah, it had a long span.
Yeah,
the
it did.
DS.
DS didn't come
was
out.
it might have, but it was pretty weak too. It wasn't that
Yeah.
strong either.
I remember
Yeah,
getting
the
my hands
original
on one
iterations of
original
those, man,
Yeah,
garbage.
yeah,
They
they're
broke a lot.
they're terrible, but like I remember getting my
And-
hands on one of those things and they were pretty awesome.
Yeah, I like that Rub Rabbits game. Rub me some rabbits.
Carry on, Rob.
Oh, sorry. 64 megabytes of RAM.
I will, Orange. So
They thought it might have 128 by release.
Say something.
Used
Stay
SD
class.
card for storage, as most open source things would. It's not really open source though; it is actually privately held. But it had a lot of open source software for it. Rechargeable lithium-ion battery, which was the standard for the time, really. And it had a customer target price of about $300.
That's not bad.
So then the
No,
Mini,
that wasn't bad.
the Mini was basically the same thing, except it had a 2.2-inch screen, 256,000 colors, 4:3 aspect ratio. So you lost the widescreen format on that. Yeah, I'm a little worried. 32 megs of RAM, SD card, of course, rechargeable battery. Customer target price $150, so it might have been more popular just because of that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a
Right.
big fucking price
Yeah,
difference.
Yeah.
that's a huge.
And
price
not
difference.
a whole lot of loss. I mean, the RAM, I guess, but I bet you could hack it.
Screen size. Well,
The kids, however, 2.2 inch, 65,000 colors, 4x3 of course. The CPU is an ARM 940T running at 140 megahertz, so you're taking a hit.
Yeah.
And only 8 megs of RAM.
Yeah.
And it took AA batteries, though. I thought that was kind of interesting because that's something GP2X did. They chose not to use rechargeables in the original GP2X because they wanted it to be easy to get standard batteries for it. Interesting. So, customer target price was $75, though.
I can see with the kids, because if you give it to your kid, you can stop anywhere to pick up AA's, and you don't have to wait around for it to charge.
Right.
Makes sense.
I think, can you guys kind of guess why it died, considering these guys had not put out its last game system was released? When was that? Where is that? What was that original game system that they did? Was like a million years ago.
Again, you need a platform. Like, you need actual software. You need developers behind it. You need... I mean, I'm pretty well versed in the game universe, and I hadn't really heard about it, so...
It's really pretty famous. I mean,
it's not... I mean, I'm sure there was a market for it, but again, it's niche. It's a pretty high price point.
Yeah. It was
when this came out,
2001, so they were out of the market for like what 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, you think about the fucking Atari. Atari of all companies had this big gap, and they couldn't get back into the market. What do you think? A smaller company like that could suffer.
Yeah, I agree. That said, I mean,
did it have any proposed launch titles?
They didn't really announce anything. It's not. You gotta kind of like, if you look at GP2X, which actually was fairly successful, it really didn't have launch titles either. That really wasn't its thing. The idea was that it could grassroots it, and it was very successful. They lasted a long time.
I mean, like, you announce something like this today, I would think it would be something like an Android device or something like that. So, like, again, you're getting to, the mid-2000s, mobile gaming was starting to become popular.
Oh, yeah.
But you're also seeing phones. And things that you can game on.
No, that's what I'm saying. Mobile gaming. Yeah. Mobile gaming.
Yeah. Phone gaming.
I
agree with
you. You had the G1, which came out, I think, 2007.
Yeah.
That was the first Android phone.
Right, that could do gaming.
Yeah, well, just first
just Android.
But they had mobile device. You had the N-Gage and stuff before.
You had Symbian OS.
Yeah.
Which was on a whole bunch of systems, could play games, could do JavaScript Java games.
Yeah.
And they were all suck, though.
Oh, no.
Kingdoms?
Dude, there are amazing Java games.
You could go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna Travis on this. There were some
really great games.
Java games.
Two, Rob, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, well, fuck yourself. You don't know what a GP2X is, you don't know shit.
But realistically, mobile gaming was becoming much more popular.
This week's
due to phones starting to be able to have the capacity to do so.
We are going to do the GP2X.
So it's like competing with that, like something people already had.
Well, they were also competing with their own damn company.
Yeah.
They were competing with the smart part of their company that was having a hard time.
And trying to release 3 products at once. Come on. That's just dumb.
I agree. I think they made a whole lot of mistakes. I think that's probably one of the reasons why the Gamepark Holdings split from them. I think they were probably not very focused, considering Gamepark Holdings got 3 consoles out in the time it took them to get one not released.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's probably why they died. It's too bad. It was an interesting machine. I thought their designs. They've got I'm sorry I didn't have pictures of the other two, but they were interesting looking devices.
Yeah.
That's a mini. I thought they were interesting looking.
AKA the Game Boy Micro.
The best. Yes, exactly.
What was it backlit?
That's
they're all backlit.
Yeah,
by that time,
The Game Roy.
Do you have specs on the size, like the case size?
Well, you can get the
I
idea.
know the
That's
screen
tiny.
size.
2.5. It's a 2.5 inch screen. That's a tiny screen.
That's like this big
look
in
at
your
these
hand.
ginormous
think that little
hands.
micro.
I'm
the Game Boy
thinking.
Micro.
That's like half of my screen.
Yeah, that's about that size of your screen. But that wasn't uncommon for phone games systems at that time and screens of that time.
So I'm thinking that my phone would actually be the size of this.
Yeah, remember your screen was 2 things. It was the most expensive part of the system you were building.
Yeah, LCDs at that time were
horrendously expensive.
Yeah.
And was also your big
And prone
power
to issues.
and your big power waster. So you really had to think about your screen not just for the cost of the system, but for the life of the battery. How long would that battery last? Like you said, they were LCDs at that time. Holy crap!
This would have had to have competed with a PSP, wouldn't it have? What was the release date on the PSP?
Again, it was definitely around in like 2005, 2006 when I was in high school.
It's gonna have a hard time with that.
Yeah, because I mean, I had one in high school.
And also,
It worked. Never mind.
Yeah, and it was.
what was the GP? The GP2X had released in 2005, and it was pretty mainstay by then. They'd had a hard time. I think they would have had a hard time because that was the Korean game market. For a while, they couldn't import Japanese systems, so that's one of the legs up it had. It had its home market. It never got. I don't think it got as much love in Korea as it did in the U.S. Americans love these things, but
I always hear stories and stuff about like other companies taking on these importing and rebranding systems in Korea and stuff like that, especially in the like the 90s.
The fake Saturns.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not like.
There were a way for Koreans to get the system. Like you said, they do the fake rebranding. They bring it into an American company.
Well, we talked
call
about
it a
one, didn't we?
computer.
Right,
And
exactly. And then
No, we
rebrand
talked
it.
about one where they rebranded.
Yeah,
Didn't
the
Hugh
Famicom.
do it? Yeah,
We talked about the Famicom.
Yeah, he
no, the
did one too,
Super.
didn't
I'm
they?
sorry, the Super Famicom becoming rebranded by something else. I can't remember what the name was, and then being resold in Korea because that was always their issue. They couldn't get these systems.
Wasn't it like?
The name is very similar. It wasn't all that different, but they did a lot of that kind of
Super
rebranding stuff, like you talked about.
Super Bandai-Com.
So I mean, like,
Super
was this something that
fun.
was never released? Were there prototypes? Or
There are prototypes. It's actually been. You can look on YouTube and you can see the prototypes running. This thing was pretty close. I mean, they had the technology.
Yeah, again, it's realistic
They just ran out
in
of
scope.
money. Yeah, they ran out of money. Sorry, not memory.
Which in some ways it like
The kids one would ran out of
it
money.
makes it one of our less interesting systems to talk about in a way. Because it is like super realistic, you know?
Yeah.
It's one of those. things-
Oh yeah,
Probably
based
could've
on
came
Linux. Oh, it's decent specs. This seems reasonable.
You want to wait?
It doesn't have
You
a
want
TV
a
tuner.
segue?
It doesn't have a TV tuner or a toaster. Like, come on.
My hot
No
pop's
car-
gonna get cold.
Wait, you want a segue? Because I've got a dream for you guys.
Alright.
All right, let's do this.
PSP was released September 1st, 2005.
Yeah,
Ooh, so that had already been out for a while.
2006.
it would have been hosed.
North
no
America
matter
was
what.
March 24th, 2005. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that.
Would have been hosed
yeah.
no matter what.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, but it was never meant to be. It was never meant to be a major market thing. Neither was GP2X. It was never meant to dominate the market. It was meant to run. There are plenty of Chinese companies right now that release game systems all the time, and they make
For
money.
a single market,
Right.
yeah.
For a small market, and they do great.
I don't know. China's pretty big market. If you're just gonna be like China,
And
they can buy anything else too, you know. I mean, it's not like they're
and there are so many other systems available in China.
Well, although the one advantage this system would have had, I think, is the open sourceness that you can get a lot of home brews
Right.
and things like that.
if the other half of their company wouldn't have already built one, that was
Right.
always the problem.
Wow.
For less money. Just saying. And similar specs. Just saying. That
See,
maybe they had a
that'd
problem
be the
there.
one advantage you would have over like a PSP.
Is this like one of the other systems where it's like it could have saved the company?
No, I don't think it could have been. I think they were dead. I think they were on the road to death. Anybody disagree with that? Does
No.
anybody think that
No.
this thing would have made it? I don't think so. I think it was too
That
late.
console is pretty much like this drink. It'll get the job done. But I have no desire to go out of my way for it.
You got a point. You got a point.
I gotta tell you, our endorsement shot is over.
yeah, we've kind of screwed a lot of endorsements that way.
I drank two. It's not bad.
Or you were really thirsty.
Desperate times. Call for
it
desperate
got
times.
real malty at the end, which was not soda-like. and
Yeah.
it's not very tasty.
So this outlandish console that I
sorry,
love
yeah.
so
Segue
much.
in.
Segued.
The
Yeah,
most
we did.
beautiful
We had a good
piece of
segue.
hardware.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
The segue was beautiful.
We're going to talk about the Phantom Entertainment System by Phantom. No, it's not true. Not yet. Phantom's creator was going by Infinitium Labs back in 2004. But
Futuristic
disappointment at
game.
this level deserves to be named twice, so it should be the Phantom.
Phantom.
Plus, they did change their name to Phantom Entertainment a couple years later. So,
Oh, so it's actually survived a couple of years.
it was around for a long time. Ooh, we're going to have some fun. Too long.
All right.
Too damn long. It was here.
This is one of the most notorious vaporware consoles.
This is beautiful. And it's ugly.
Yeah, it's
It's an
so
ugly mess.
tumultuous.
Infinitium Labs was founded in 2002 when company president Tim Roberts discovered he was running out of telecom companies to run out of business and set his sights on us poor sacks, the gamers.
The first thing is we shouldn't trust a man with two first names.
That's a solid rule.
That is a solid rule.
I bet he has like a really fluffy cat he pets all the time.
Or a really weird
Okay, so
middle
wait.
name.
Should we talk about what other companies he ran out of business, though?
I do not have a list of companies that he ran out of business. Also, I'll mention another thing in the next thing.
Okay, all right. I will hold then.
He's terribly litigious.
Do you have that?
But anyway.
So he's a dick
Not the
bag.
whole.
Okay,
it
got
was quite
it.
a few.
Yep.
Mega dicks. Okay.
So you have a small portion of that list.
Oh,
Correct.
good. I want you to. Oh, feel free. Hold on. We'll
No,
we'll get into that, though.
continue. I will. Yeah.
Phantom
I'll
as a
leave you to
piece
it.
of hardware is difficult to pin down. And one could
Wow.
one could definitely assume that this is purposely so.
Is
The
it a PC?
Phantom-
Is it a console?
The
We
Phantom
don't
is
know.
a
It
person-
looks like a router.
The Phantom is
It does.
does look like.
Yeah, that's a router, dude. Just to put the antennas in
Turns
back,
out-
you got a router.
Turns out they made a router.
Not what we were aiming to do, but hey, we'll roll with it.
That is kind of how the company rolled. Well, anyway, Phantom is a piece of hardware. It's difficult to pin down, and one could assume this is purposely so. The Phantom is a purposely vague system, likely created solely for the purpose of bilking investors of their hard-earned money. Not that I'm saying they were. Please don't sue me.
What?
I need to put that in
Oh,
there.
we'll get to that.
What I am saying is that there's a whole lot of bankrupt tech companies leading up to the Phantom. A failed lawsuit against the tech news website Hard OCP for reporting this, and a Securities and Exchange Commission investigation during the advertising and design of the Phantom ending in Tim Roberts reaching a settlement with the SEC in which he was barred from serving as an officer or public director of a public company or participating in any penny stock offerings for 5 years.
Damn.
And he also had a
That-
$30,000 fine, which
I
is significantly less than he bilked out of people.
completely guilty.
Yeah, that is in the United States of America. That is as guilty as you'll ever get.
That's pretty harsh for a white collar crime.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
like-
slap on the wrist and go, "You're naughty."
That's like 100 years in prison. In China, he'd have been hung. I mean, he'd have been hung.
Oh yeah, he was hung definitely.
Yeah. Furthermore, I should point out that the Phantom skated through 4 release dates between November 2004 through September 2005 and sent thousands of messages out to investors announcing these release dates, despite failing to secure a single developer or an infrastructure to distribute said non-existent games.
So people actually funded this with knowing that.
Millions of dollars. No, they didn't know it. They were just trusting his. It was a penny stock, and this is the problem. You know, penny stocks aren't well regulated, especially at the time.
Ugh.
Do you want to list some of the companies he ran out? You sounded really happy to do it.
I was going to get my notes up, and I can't right now. So
Okay.
continue.
So what was the Phantom supposed to be?
A router.
That's
what we had
pretty
decided.
sweet promo videos and like
Going back to the picture, router, square box, yeah.
you never actually saw anything run on it or anything, but they had some pretty sweet 3D graphic videos. Like, oh, it's this edgy new
But it's
sweet
but
console.
it's just like this spinning. You
Yeah, it's like pre-rendered video. You know.
Oh, not good, dude. All right. The Phantom was a set-top. I can't believe you said that router because it just kills me now. I can't
A
unsee that
set-top
now.
router.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. But anyway,
Hey, just think. If you have a quality router, you can play many games with it.
that's true.
So, they delivered.
Vapor. Phantom was a set-top box type of thing that was essentially a pint-sized PC capable of running Windows games, both built into the system
So
and
solitaire.
downloaded through Phantom's proprietary game system.
Oh, so this is like
Phantom
Ouya.
Yes, at $9.95 per month, except it was a subscription service.
Oh, fuck you.
Games would be played. I didn't make it. What the fuck?
I did get the sense that it meant that you paid $9.99 and you played any game during that month.
Like on
You know.
live.
I
Yeah,
don't think
right.
they ever planned
But
it out
OnLive
that
existed.
far. And OnLive was streaming. This is more of a Steam type of thing. By Steam, I mean Vapor. And by Vapor, I mean I don't think they actually had a real plan. I think they just threw the idea of
They just throw all these
internet out
buzzwords
there.
out like
I really
games.
do think so.
Proprietary network marketplace.
Hot chicks.
Games
Network
would be
router.
played with the Phantom's included wireless gamepad as well as a special wireless keyboard and mouse. The keyboard had a built-in adjustable surface for the mouse, allowing you to play keyboard and mouse games while sitting on your comfy couch. I did misspell something. The boost did get to me.
Ah, yes!
This is the company that actually did release a keyboard and mouse.
No. Thanks for ruining the end of that. So you can use your home TV.
I'm never doing research again.
So you can use your home TV. Oh, I just assumed you did. So you can use your home TV as the monitor, just like a normal console. The Phantom was to be priced below US $399. Yeah, but nobody responded when I said, "Do you want to study anything?" So I assumed nobody did anything, except Tom.
Thank you.
Who's my golden boy?
I was hungover on Sunday and had nothing else to do.
Oh, dude, I was so hurting.
There's a lot of going on Sunday.
I looked up paperware.
I was well rested. I'm glad I did not go.
Have some mead, Rob. Have some mead.
Hey, Rob, you want 3 mushrooms and some meat?
Yes. Yes, I do. I threw those mushrooms right up.
Oh.
I was crying because they were so good.
Double eating.
Don't go, mushroom, don't go.
Wow, that's some inside baseball right there.
That was.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So about the Phantom, huh?
Yeah, we got some specs. We do have some specs. Had to go deep for the specs. That wasn't just out there. Custom Windows XPE. That means XP embedded, if you recall. Based OS. Remember when XP was supposed to be like everything? Remember there was like XP Shoe Edition and XP Anal Soothe Cream.
No, to be fair, I still have XP machines because they run like a top. But
The genuine XP, yes.
yes,
Continue.
As opposed to a bottom like the other ones.
Windows me. The bottom rocker.
All right.
Up to a 3 gigahertz processor with 256 megs of DDR RAM. A high-performance NVIDIA video card. We'll get back to that. High-performance Intel motherboard. We'll get back to that. Dolby Digital 7.1 surround sound. Sound good?
Ooh.
You liking this?
Yeah.
Are you in there?
Use all those buzzwords.
Were you in this, Travis? Were you like, I got all these buzzwords, I want this?
Yeah.
7.1.
Yeah.
Right.
100 plus gigabyte internal storage device.
Which is big.
Yeah.
That for the time?
That's
Holy
pretty
crap.
sizable.
Well, what the hell? I mean, if you're going to shoot shit out of there.
If you're gonna blow shit out your ass, you might as well go lick
Go
it.
all the way. Wait a minute. It's got a
Might as
TV
well.
and
Might as
toaster
well
built
250.
into it. Right.
It's got a
Why
personal
not?
massager.
For your dick.
S-Video, RCA, or component out.
Wow.
Which I wrote twice for some reason.
It had 2 of them. Duh.
Whoa.
I'll be danged. Because it's better. Twice the video. 10100
So you
base
can
the
do the
internet.
extended monitors.
Ethernet.
You know.
Yeah.
Or
Wireless
in-
keyboard and mouse, which I mentioned. 2 USB ports and 4 controller ports. Because, 4 controller ports was all the rage, guys. Those multiplayer on-screen game. Yeah. Alright, so what happened to the Phantom? The Phantom missed its last release deadline in September 2005 and was quietly removed from Phantom Entertainment's website in 2006. Now, but wait. Phantom's not done with you yet.
Do tell.
The
As
Phantom
Larry so... Well, he was amazing. It's like he's psychic.
Wow.
He interrupted you before you even spoke.
I know. He's amazing. God, I love you, Larry. Inappropriately. While the console never saw the light of day, the gaming keyboard and mouse did. After characteristically, God, that's a big word, missing a number of deadlines over a 2-year period, and of course missing a critical shipment of popular game system manufacturer Alienware in 2007. So they hosed over the Alienware people. Because, that's smart to do.
Yeah.
You can still buy the keyboard on Amazon today if you would like to sample a bit of Phantom's handiwork. Results are mixed. I'm not quite sure whether people hated it because it was made by Phantom or whether it actually was that bad. There are mixed reviews. Some people seem to really like it. It's a neat idea, the idea that you can sit there with your keyboard and mouse and have a nice attached thing. Yeah.
And it's kind of look like it, I don't know, turned or something.
My
weird.
feeling is that it was a great idea and they just built it in the cheapest way possible. It's my guess. You think? Yeah, I think. Have you had one of these, Travis? You look like you might have had one. Well, you have owned most keyboards and mice. I think it would have been fair for me to ask.
That's a fair question.
Okay.
That's a fair question.
I think it's fair enough.
Stern but fair.
Stern.
All right. There are some silly people who believe that there's no physical model of the Phantom. But
It was a PC in a box.
But
Probably.
In a router box.
yeah, one showed up in a pizza box at Shakey's in 2010. No. There was a shell that showed up in 2010, a mock-up. But it does appear that a prototype did show up in Florida. And according to a 2015 Ars Technica article, it featured an ASUS Socket A motherboard, which doesn't match the specs they were listing. But, you know, it's a PC. NVIDIA FX 5700 AGP video card, which...
What? How would they fit that in that fucking thing? I mean, it's
It
not...
was in there. I mean, maybe it was a half height.
Yeah, it could have been a half.
Could've
height.
been.
you'd
They
have-
were
Do
doing
they have
Fired
that
it up, it
HP?
would have
Yeah.
burnt out. Oh.
I don't know, PCI.
Yeah, because remember they were into those like mini ones. In fact,
It was.
I
melted.
think Dell. Remember those little tiny Dells we used to have up in the
Yeah, I just don't
disused
remember
room?
it. I'm sorry.
I think they had that in it.
I don't remember there ever being half-height
You know the
HP.
I
tiny
remember
little
that
cells that
time when
every
they had
single
those
school
little
library
PCs
has.
everywhere.
Huh?
Oh,
They
the Amiga Walker, Texas Ranger?
Yeah, that's right.
Texas Ranger. All right.
No, I think didn't they call them like Netgear or where they were just small boxes?
Oh yeah, but I didn't think that. I don't. I think those all had integrated, didn't they? Most of those. It's that.
Oh, yeah,
but
they
Dell
could've.
did make a
They
high
could've.
performance mini one, and they always used to blow their power supplies. It did have the half height AGP because it was like a monster at the time. I'm like, dang, that's amazing. Until they all caught on fire and lit the office up. Oh, sorry. Some DDR RAM and a bunch of ports in the back. Some functioning, some not so much. Had a cable modem. Had some 10100 LAN ports. Composite component S-Video. Just as they were promising. They were really going to make this thing.
Those were super glued in place.
Yeah.
RCA
Congratulations, you built a computer.
Right.
Good for you.
in a custom
Good for
case,
you.
Travis.
Hey,
case.
I'm a game manufacturer. I built a computer.
Here? You
Yeah.
see this artwork?
Okay, so what I need to do is go out, got a router, put some PC parts in it, have investors give me money. All right, I'll see you guys later. I'm done. We're out.
You got the business.
Come back, you gotta launch the Guys Games and Beer console.
We need your money first.
Please send me your money. It has a quantum mega drive in it.
Yeah.
It's-
And a
Mega
toaster.
gigahertz, son.
yeah.
The only working thing is the
Quadra-
toaster.
That'd be epic. Just put it like in a stylish toaster case. You can have 2 cartridges at once. And they eject.
You can have a toaster strudel and some French toast.
Oh God, I think we gotta take a break and then we're gonna go on
Okay.
to more tales of horror.
All right. Before we take a break, we're gonna give away some stuff.
Oh, good idea.
All right. So,
Oh, jolly good, Tom.
all right. So we talked about this. We're gonna give away a couple of games tonight. We're gonna give away one to our Periscope users and one to our YouTube channel. Let's see. Let's give this to the. No, let's give.
Doesn't
that to
matter.
Yeah, it does.
Which group did you like?
That goes to the Periscope. So that's to them only. So guys, this is a Steam code.
Wait, let's make sure.
Wait, let's hold it there for a few moments so people
he
can
can
get
see.
it.
You can do
two
both
of
at
you
the same
can get
time.
on it.
All right, and get on that. All right. So it's one code. You get to pick it. Whoever grabs it first gets the code.
Go ahead, just put the other one up too.
All right. Well, hold on. Then I'll put the other code up. All right.
Oh yeah, we're kind of
2 cameras at the same time.
All right. So if you go,
Oh, there it is.
there it is. All right.
Coming in
So, and
clearly.
we are giving away a couple games tonight. So if you guys renew those codes on your Steam account, you will get a couple of free games. All right.
Quick, let me get on Steam.
Get on Steam quick.
Give myself a free game.
All right. You're good. We're good. All right. So there you go, guys. There's a couple of free games to start your week or weekend out.
Oh, for the love of God, we are going to take a 5-minute break.
All right. And come back. So
And we're going to come back with what, Tom? What do we come back with?
we are going to come up with the Red Jade. Okay.
Christmas!
Think about it.
I'm thinking tampon.
Who the hell names a system Red Jade? Okay.
What up, nerds? I'm Noob, and you're watching G2B.
And welcome back to Guys, Games, and Beer, the podcast with the most content of any podcast on the internet.
That's debatable.
Wow.
Did somebody laugh? I thought I heard somebody laughing.
Yeah, you're gonna laugh on that
Yeah,
one.
you gotta laugh.
I
Sorry.
didn't say quality content.
You just said content.
You
I just said content.
Yeah, that's true. You did.
All right.
All right, so are we ready for yet another game system that never was?
Third and final system of this series. Well, not third total, but third of this episode.
This is the final.
And this is the final piece of Vapor Council that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about.
it.
This is it. This is it. Now, this one, the thing about this one, this was actually one of the earliest ones that we've talked about. Actually, the first of the 2000 ones that failed and became Vaporware. Maybe not the first one, but pretty close to the first of the 2000s that was a Vaporware system.
We could go plaid.
You got the picture or not?
No, I don't know.
No, you got the code.
It was here.
It was here. What'd you do with the picture? Okay, so
Wait.
No, that's not the picture.
that's the picture. You got the picture.
I think I know what you're drawing.
All right, so we're going to talk about the Ericsson Red Jade.
So Ericsson, the phone company,
Ericsson, the phone company. So in the early 2000s and late 90s, surprisingly, the Scandinavians led the cell phone market. You had Nokia, you had Ericsson. These were the big players in the market at the time. You had Motorola as an American
In
company.
fact, I think Ericsson had a huge Super Bowl commercial around that time.
They probably did. They were a massively big company out of Sweden.
In fact, I didn't even know the commercial. All the lights had gone out in the stadium, and everyone just raises
their
their
Ericsson
phone and lights the whole stadium up. The game can continue.
So Ericsson decides that they're gonna. Well, let me go back a little bit further. So there's another company that's out pitching. It's an independent developer, and they're out pitching a new gaming system. They go to Sega. Sega says, no way, we're not doing handhelds at this time. We tried once, failed miserably. We're done. We went to
First smart thing you ever heard Sega say.
Yeah, they went to Sony, who never even
I'm
tried.
still not sure they failed.
See, so Sony was smart enough. They didn't even try. Sony said, no, we're not getting into the handheld market at all. At this time, Nintendo had already dominated the market for how many years? Let's see, 6 years, 7 years by this time?
Yeah.
What was this
In 2001. So 7 years by that
Older
time.
than that, in 1988, 89 as a Game Boy.
Right.
Yeah, so that's over a decade.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm
Damn you with your facts!
Yes.
Damn you with your basic
Math
math.
is
Right, math is hard. So they were the giant, and they were about
And
to
there was
release.
an initial attempt at them, and then they just...
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
about to release their third system. They'd already released the Game Boy, the Game Boy Color, and they were about to release the Game Boy Advanced, or it was coming out about the same time. And other companies kind of stood back and said, no, we're not even going to try at this point. There were so many failed systems already. The Atari Lynx, the Sega
What? It
Game
failed?
Gear.
Game Gear. Oh,
Still lives on in our hearts.
Yeah, it does. Actually, I own one, so I'm not going to...
There are nice things about the system, just that it was not marketably successful.
Correct. Versus the all prevalent Nintendo systems at that time. So this company was going to take them on, and they actually had some really good specs. So they farmed out to these two companies. They said no. They go to Ericsson, and Ericsson wants to get ahead of their competitors. They're competing with Nokia and other phones that are beginning to get into mobile gaming, like we talked about. And
There's no N gauge.
they look at this and they go, oh, this is a possibility for us. We can jump the gun. The specs are good enough where we can get way ahead of everybody else and back this. So they start sinking. They go with it and they start sinking money into it. And we're talking a pretty good chunk of change. 10 million US. So a lot of money into it. But now here's... The system was getting good. The concept was getting good press. Now the system itself is nobody's sure about how many prototypes were made, if any. I'm going to say there had to be a few because there are at least one picture of a prototype. But it was going to be a 64-bit system. I do not know.
Interesting for the time.
Yeah, for a handheld.
Yeah, for
Don't know what the
handheld,
CPU
yeah.
was going to be. It was going to at that time the PlayStation was the king of 3D. It had the most polygons. It was doing the best. It was going to have better graphics, better 3D polygon system than that, which is saying a lot.
That's boasting.
That is boasting a lot. Multi-channel PCM sound. They were going to go with the TFT LCD, not backlit. So that's something we talked about. At the time, this is early 2000, 2001.
Save on battery.
Right. better battery life, and a lot less money if you didn't backlight the display. But it was going to do over the 65,000 colors, so they were talking a lot. Lithium ion, so it was a rechargeable system versus battery operated system. The communications thing gets a little bit dicey because they talk about all sorts of different types of communication. One was a possibility it was going to be an actual phone, that they were going to have a phone system built into it.
Oh, that went well last time.
Well, no, this
is before the N-Gage.
This is 2 years before the N-Gage.
No side talking here. No side
the
talking.
N-Gage didn't come out until 2003. If they could have gotten this out before, they may have jumped Nokia on that. No, that being said, Nokia failed miserably. But they definitely were going to do Bluetooth. They were going to have a wireless technology so that you could communicate with other systems in your area and download, sideload games that way with your friends. They were going to have a secure wireless network for downloading games. So the content would all be downloaded for this phone. There would be no download phone. Now, they don't talk about, nobody knows what the operating system was going to be.
Was it going to be a phone or not going to be a phone?
Was 3G there by this time?
No.
Right? No.
Yeah.
You had GPRA, GPRS, and
GPRS, and this would have probably been GPRS at that time.
So the games would either have to be downloaded via Wi-Fi or really slow.
Well, there's no Wi-Fi in here that I can find out about. It looks like it had the Bluetooth. So 2001, that for a phone, that's still got a lot of good press. A lot of companies talked about it. Nobody ever saw a prototype of it. It was never taken out and demonstrated. And what happens is in about 2000, the cell phone market was crashing a little bit. There was a worldwide recession, and a lot of the Scandinavian phone companies took a hit. Ericsson took the biggest hit. They just started shedding companies shedding divisions left and right. So they, needless to say, this being a prototype and something that was being developed, killed that project first. They had already put $10 million into it. They said, screw this, we're done, and cut that loose. They also lost about 22,000 employees that year. So for a company, that is an amazing.
That's a lot of employees.
That is a lot of employees. So they just kind of
gotta feel like 22,000. Is there anybody even left?
Yeah, no, I mean,
just the janitor.
Yeah, if you think about
It's
it,
a small town. I like shed in a small town.
I like you, Frank.
Yeah,
doing what you're doing.
They were, again, but they were doing a lot of what the N-Gage ended up eventually doing. They wanted to have PDA functions built in, so it was going to be a PDA system as well. It was going to again be your communications device. Some people say it would pair with the phone. Other people say no, it was the phone. So. But because nobody's got a hands-on the prototype, nobody ever saw the prototype, and there might be prototypes that were made. Again, I have to assume there were. Nobody knows what release titles were available. I mean, this is one of these things that just really evaporated, and not like in a con man evaporation where they never built a prototype. This is Ericsson, and this was a company that already developed most of it before they bought it to Ericsson and said, hey, or bought it to Sony, bought it to Sega, and then finally bought it to Ericsson. So they must have had something running.
Yeah, $10 million in.
Yeah,
you have to have something.
Well, this does not look like a mock-up. This looks like a real prototype.
The screen looks like a mock-up, though.
The screen could have been a mock-up.
Because the color, I knocked it out like in our ad. I took out that because I thought it just looked too fake.
Yeah, and that's the only. And again, in there. That is always the picture you see of that unit. Anyway, whenever you find the unit, that is the only picture you see of it. Is that picture with it being displayed? Yeah, no, that's not a good sign. But I'm still betting there had to be some prototypes out there. I could not find anybody who's gotten their hand on a prototype, who ever saw a prototype, which seems a bit weird too.
You guys check assembler?
What's that?
Assembler's the way to go. If the prototype exists,
in the deep dark,
it's on assembler.
But again, they got a lot of good press. IGN talked about them. CNN talked about them. I mean, there was a bunch of, hey, there's this. And again, this was pre-Nokia. On the N-Gage days, there's this new kind of phone-ish gaming system coming out. So they got
those thumbsticks on that thing?
Yeah, there are 2 thumbsticks at the top of it. So it's got the D-pad, the 4 buttons, and 2 thumbsticks on it as well. So
well, it's one more thumbstick than the original PSP.
Yeah.
Are there triggers on the back then?
I do not know.
Because
let's say there was.
Again, the specs on this thing are so well. You've got the 4-button D-pad on it.
Yeah, but I mean,
the triggers were awesome. Actually,
Think about actually.
Well, you may not actually use 2 thumbsticks at a time, depending on it.
Yeah.
First of all, I do think that would be great, but that if the trigger's kind of tucked in, and then they had like a pressure release where you push them in
And they popped out. Yeah, well.
This looks like something the Chinese would try on one of their
on one of the rip-off units. Yeah,
a NES
emulator.
Clone. Yeah,
But
a NES clone.
Again, they had some good ideas.
It looks tough.
It probably had a lot of potential. It'd be cool to see if anybody actually had one of these. I just can't find anybody who had one. And again, Ericsson, I can't see them putting that kind of money up without something coming out of it.
Yeah, there would have to be something.
Yeah. So
They probably burned them all.
I couldn't find a lot of information on this one.
Buried them out in some desert.
Yep. Right next to Atari.
Yeah, they're all buried out there.
That's too bad.
But it had a release date of one. And here's the other thing. I find it a little hard to believe. They were trying for a $150 price point.
That's crazy low.
Yeah, that was crazy low at the time. I mean, they're
for that technology.
Yeah, for what you were getting here, if you really would have had all that they were going to put in here, I cannot.
But I mean,
see
you
how I would have ever
gotta.
gotten
No,
that.
I mean, it's perfectly possible you'd lose out money on the console. But if fucking Ericsson, they were big at the time. You know, you have money, you can afford to take a loss on the console if you're going to plan to
Make
try
it
to
on
sell
the games.
games.
Hell, that's
Yeah,
what,
and the phone service.
Yeah,
that's what-
they're a big enough company they can do that.
Well,
Unlike
how-
some tiny ass little startup.
yeah.
Well, they
exactly.
weren't until after the
Again,
crash.
Again, look at.
But I mean,
Yeah.
you get that price point from a tiny company. You're like, okay, that's suspicious.
Right.
You get that from a big company like Ericsson, who can take a loss on those consoles.
Didn't
That makes
Xbox
sense.
take a
Oh
loss?
God, forever.
Yeah, on the original Xbox.
Forever.
Original Xbox did, and so did the Sony PS3.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
took a hit too
A lot
until
of-
they came
it's-
out with the
It's
Slim.
just common practice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except with Nintendo. They don't take a bath on their consoles.
They use older technology, so yeah.
Right. I mean, the Wii. Yeah, look at the Wii. The Wii was such old technology that they weren't losing any money
All
on
of
that.
their
Just tell me
consoles.
look at
That's
Wii.
their
Yeah,
their
look at the
practice.
Wii. Yeah.
They use older technology because it's cheaper and more reliable and more refined. It's the Game Boy. It was the Game Boy Advance. It's the.
We gotta talk about the NX one of these days. We gotta get that on.
But yeah, so your Ericsson was probably doing the same thing. They figured they'd take the loss up front. So and then eventually again, and Sony may have ended up with the assets anyways because Sony bought,
fuck?
Sony picks up Ericsson's assets.
I was about to say
It becomes Sony Ericsson, and maybe
Yeah.
maybe Sony ended up with the assets and just kind of absorbed them into other
Just
places
forgot
in the
a
company.
hole for your dick.
You know, who knows?
Come to find out, it did become the Vita.
Maybe
It
I was just going
it's
to
actually
say
the Vita.
maybe even the PSP or the Vita.
They made it sexier and yeah.
So that and it could have easily been where
Gave it some
they
real fun
where
sticks.
they
Actually, those
used
weren't too bad.
where they used some of that technology. They may have put it into those systems because, and then just buried all the rest of it. So,
Super exciting news.
yes.
We have a fourth system.
We do. G2B is going to launch their own system.
Oh,
Got design graphics here.
all right. So investors.
So here's our prototype.
All right, so our investors
prototype
look.
design.
Well, you can kind of see the design of the other one. So we're going with the Ultravision business model, where it comes with everything:
Come
a toaster,
There it is.
a foot bath,
Moments away.
Moments away. I want to see what it looks
All
like.
right.
in it,
Give it to the other
11.1
screen.
Dolby surround sound, Victory lamp, and it's powered by
Oh.
nuclear power. It has everything. This is the kids version. There's no adult port. It's the G2B Kegatron. Here you go,
And,
you guys.
It's got a toaster.
It's got a toaster.
Got toaster.
Wait, we got the parts for the Kegatron in there.
Yeah, unlike them, we've got a working prototype. You know, yeah, there. There we go. So,
It's a good start.
so we have one-upped both the Phantom
And the Ultravision and
Yeah.
and probably the retro VGS.
Yeah. We've actually got something.
You know, it's this speaker on the side kind
getting
of looks
better
like
now.
the speaker you use when we do guest.
I think that is the guest speaker. Hey, where'd that go?
R&D budget is tight. All right.
So for
We're gonna make it
for less than
someday.
$20 in beer,
Yeah.
less than $30 in, less than $40 in beer, we have designed our own game system already, and we're further along than the Phantom ever got. I'm very impressed with us.
That's right.
I'm very drunk, so it's okay. All right, so Rob, I suppose we should wrap this up.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we should pick one. Pick our favorite of these three systems.
You ready to pick your nose? I mean, pick a favorite.
It's a Kegatron.
Oh yeah.
I was about to say the Gigatron.
You can go with the Kegatron. It's as realistic
You know,
as
I'm
the other
sitting there
three.
going,
It's
you
as
know,
realistic as
I
the
think
any of the other three.
I think you could make that happen.
I would love having a foot bath while
Yeah,
I'm
that's
playing
right.
games.
Bad.
I don't know about the nuclear power, that might be a problem. We might have to redesign
the Mr. Fusion 3000 on the back of that.
Run off of garbage and banana peels.
That's
and
right.
shit
I
like
think
that.
we can have a prototype running by MGC.
I'm sure we can slap enough shit on the side of a tank.
Okay. All right, so
You
guys,
can have breakfast.
I'll have
and
to go with
Guinness.
the Red Jade. I mean, you think talk about that early, the 2001 era, having those kind of graphics. Again, it's not the most aesthetically pleasing out of the three, but I mean, it's got 2 control sticks. It looks like it's got a lot of features to it, and functionality. Having the wireless data of like potentially a cell phone would be pretty awesome. So I mean, if you could have PlayStation 1 graphics on a mobile device before the N-Gage came out, that's pretty fucking cool in my book. So I'm going to go with the Red Jade.
all right.
Yep.
Ben, how about
What's
you?
screen size on that one again?
They don't say, but it looks a little bit bigger than the 2.5, but it is small.
Well, here, I've got it to scale with the XG. No, I don't. It's not to scale.
I gotta say the XGP. I think that looks pretty cool. I mean, we only
Most
got the mini,
boring console.
but I like how
Please, it was
I like how it
awesome.
was open sourced. I mean, that's
You
that's
could
what
get
makes it
yourself a
boring.
GP2X Wiz, and you would essentially be getting the same console, except prettier. The Wiz. Check out the GP2X Wiz.
Right.
Really good.
okay.
All right,
Sure.
all right,
Wiz.
Mike, how about you?
I'm gonna go off of cocaine-filled dreams and hookers, and I'm gonna go with the Phantom.
One vote for cocaine.
Yes.
Suckers.
That's where all your investment money on that system went.
Yep.
All right, Larry, how about you?
Hey, at least I knew I was doing something.
I understand the draw to the Phantom. It's interesting because it's so Phantom-esque, but
It's like a Phantom.
it is just
disappeared.
kind of a PC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So I guess I'd lean towards the Jade.
The Red Jade? All right.
Yeah, the Red Jade. Yeah.
Rob?
Yeah, I'm gonna give another vote for the Red Jade. It looked exciting. I think it would have been an exciting console. And realistically, the Phantom just was gonna be a rip-off PC.
Yeah, you were buying high-end PC.
I'm sorry, the XGP.
I didn't know we were talking about Steam boxes.
Oh!
But for $700.
The XGP really did nothing that GP2X already wasn't doing. The problem was that console already got made from that company. It already happened.
Yeah.
It's already happened. They made 3 consoles in the
So
time
it's-
it took them to develop one piece of vaporware.
So it's like the bigger brother had already lettered.
Yeah, and the little brother's like, oh great, now I gotta try to follow that crap.
This was a battle between that and the
And
the GP2X. GP2X would have easily won, in my opinion, but no, it's not. It's just it's pretty,
Yeah.
but I gotta give it to the Tampax.
Yeah, no, I'm going with the Red Jade too. Again, DivX movies, cell phone capabilities, GPS, digital camera, MP3 audio, web browser. I mean, it really.
Any other company
Okay.
you would have said they're just throwing crap out there.
But it's Ericsson.
Yeah.
It's Ericsson. Okay, so that being said, I did buy an N-Gage, so that kind of tells you I got really bad judgment.
You bought
to start
both
with.
N-Gages, dude. The N-Gage and the N-Gage 2.
No, I only bought the N-Gage.
You had the N-Gage 2.
He had the N-Gage too. Didn't you? I thought you had the N-Gage too.
No, the original N-Gage was so much better though.
Like Nokia 5 series that ran Symbian OS. You can play.
You could play all the games on it anyways
Yeah, it
at that
wasn't
point.
an N-Gage though.
Okay, yeah, so I actually bought the N-Gage. Because
That gets an episode, too.
Because I really did like the idea of the gaming. And the N-Gage really was a good gaming system. It was the phone that sucked. So,
N-Gage could take an
Anyone
episode.
prepared
There's
to
enough out there.
think back to all episodes and pick their most desired system over all 3?
Why don't you start? I think that's an excellent idea.
that is an excellent idea. So, again, this is our third one. Which one would I, if I had to pick one that I really wanted to see happen?
I was only in 2 of these, so I didn't see the first 3.
Christ, I'm going to go with the, God, what was the name of it again?
No, that's a challenge in itself.
Oh, see, I got to remember the name. Yeah, because these
Which era?
this was the 80s. That was the one with
The
the
Ultravision?
Ultravision, yes. I'm going to go with the Ultravision. Thank you. Because if I want pie in the sky, that was pie in the sky, okay? That was, oh my God, we're going to throw everything we can into a box. And I'm sorry. Thank you. It's just like the G2B Kegatron.
The thing is, I think for the time period, they probably could have got enough money if they really wanted to from suckers to get that thing to actually happen. I don't know how much it would have carried because there's just
Let's see.
It was
Atari
Phantom
2600
It's not
emulator.
fraud if you
Apple
actually bring
II
to market.
Apple II emulator, DOS emulator, or not emulator, probably true hardware
couldn't have
boards in
emulated
it.
it then.
No, it would have been true hardware boards. So they were throwing everything. It would have
Phantom.
It would have done everything, and the price point was not unrealistic for computers of the time.
It would have been, if it would have released, it would have been like $2,500.
I know. There's no way they would have released it for the $1,000.
That would have been my
So
choice
like $4,000
too.
these days.
Well, no, don't. We're coming back around. Wait. All right. How about you?
What was the '90s one that was basically the successor to
Panther.
the Panther? Was
Atari Panther.
Yeah.
the Atari Panther?
Right.
Was
The Jaguar that didn't make it.
No. The Ultravision. There was
The one that had everything.
Oh
Yeah.
God, the Cheetah Man console.
Thank
you
you.
did that
Cheetah
one.
Man.
The active action.
The active action.
Okay, so you
Great
would
controller.
yes, the controller that could do everything, but also had that really cool chair that was amazing.
So no, yeah, it had the no. That was the '80s. But we're talking about the vibrator football.
yeah. Vibrating.
With the funny handles on the
with the
side.
two-
Yeah, okay, thank you.
That
Yes,
one
the
was the one that
football.
could do everything.
Yes,
again.
another do-it-all system.
Yeah. I'm saying these do-it-all systems sound awesome, never would have worked, but if we had them,
If they really
would've
could
been
do it
awesome.
all.
I mean, isn't the Nintendo V really the same thing? You've never seen the Nintendo?
No, I'll have to find that
I thought
one
I
now.
showed everybody the
No.
Nintendo.
No.
Well, like the Retro 5 is kind of like
Retron 5.
Retron 5.
Yeah, but
is
the
kinda
Retron
like
5 actually does everything.
Yeah, it does
really
everything, and
does.
it
To some
exists.
degree.
Well, I mean, it has its issues.
It
but
does exist.
That's
It has its issues,
far
but
higher.
it does set the bar pretty high.
I'm gonna go with the Ouya. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, low blow.
That hurt, man.
All right, so which one are you really
It
going?
actually
That's
showed up, kinda.
That wasn't vaporware. It did exist, but I'm
Yeah.
surprised you still went with it after learning what it was all about.
No, I mean, what do you mean? Eventually, an Android console did work.
You should do an episode of that.
Yeah, we probably should.
We should.
You should
All right,
do
so
it.
That's a story.
your choice,
That
though.
is a story.
At least that was a labor of love as opposed to like the Phantom, which was just
yeah,
wrong.
which Rob just said. I'm gonna go with the Phantom actually, the one that could have maybe saved Atari.
oh, you mean the
Or not the Phantom.
the Phantom definitely could have saved anybody.
That's right.
The Panther.
The Panther. If it had come out in the right
Time frame.
time frame.
Yeah, it could have won. I believe that, especially since it had like a bunch of updated things and stuff like that. Update tech.
I'm a believer in that thing.
Yeah. And they had prototypes too, didn't they? It was just a box though.
Yeah. I don't.
Or
Yeah.
was that
it
the
just a box.
Walker?
It was
Or was that the Walker?
Texas Ranger.
Yeah.
You guys didn't do it.
Yeah,
You
what
got
the
it.
heck?
What, am I supposed to carry you guys all the time?
Yeah.
Sometimes
really,
you get
pretty
heavy.
much. You gotta do
Yeah.
something, damn it.
Larry,
Oh,
you
it
can't
was
get his
your
own beers.
thing, though.
Especially that episode. Holy shit.
Yes, you guys were nailing it. You know, we left you room.
But yeah,
to-
I would go with the.
we left you cowbell room, and you ran.
Oh!
Damn it, Larry! You brought up the cowbell. Now I feel bad.
But yeah, I would still like run with that too.
All right. That's fair. Lair?
The Ultra Vision. I want to play video games and listen to a dial radio. That's it. In one unit. In one unit.
That's right. That's right. With it's battery operated that you can plug into your car.
That's right. I want to go to the beach. I want to go to North Beach, plug my Ultra Vision in, turn on some 50s radio, and play Pac-Man.
Oh, heck
That's
yeah.
what I want.
Oh my God! Perfect.
It would kick ass
Perfect.
sitting
That
at the
would
beach
be
of
awesome.
that thing.
Yeah. See, there you go. Perfect.
It was luggable.
Yes.
Luggable.
Oh, and
Exactly.
well, judging by that, I bet like a bunch of car battery sales would kick back and spike in that because people's batteries would just go
Wasn't
shit.
it nuclear powered?
And all-
Didn't they claim? Yeah.
That should have had the damn nuclear reactor on
Well,
it.
and now that you have those battery jump things, you know, you
Yeah.
can just run your battery down.
Hey,
You know,
okay.
unplug it and then jump your car.
No,
to
interesting
go
story
home.
about those battery jump things, but I'll talk about those later after the show.
You'd need a Prius.
Yeah.
Did Travis go?
Oh, that's
No, Travis hasn't gone yet. Travis,
Travis!
yell one out.
Walker, duh.
Oh,
Walker.
oh.
Texas Ranger.
Like it's just like it seems like a pretty good model of PC. I mean, like
It doesn't look
Amiga
like
was
a
great
router.
platform.
It doesn't look like a router.
But wait, you called it a PC?
Yeah, it was a PC.
A personal computer, yes.
It was a PC, you jackass.
All right, you need to wrap this up, Rob.
I've already had this conversation.
This is a
in
very
forums.
diverse. This is a very diverse group. I think we've all. No, there's been
All
2
white
for the
males, way to
Ultravision.
go.
Yes.
2 for the Ultravision.
Yeah, the 2 old fogies over here.
Hey,
For the ultra.
Okay,
no. I was the.
you were no, you were
Game man.
you
Use
you.
a word that an old person would use. I think you're a secret old person.
Secret old person.
He met somebody behind the barn to get an AARP card.
Deep throat, he called it.
All right, Rob. Let's wrap this up.
All right, so
What's yours?
Yeah, wait, you gotta finish it off.
Finish me
Finish
off, Rob.
it. Finish
I
it.
Finish
I was
off.
gonna go for the Atari to tell you the truth, but I gotta tell you what, Larry's vision of sitting there in his sitting there in his rape van, hanging out with his Ultravision was just too good of
Whoa.
too good of a
If
thing.
anybody watches Workaholics, great van. It's a great,
Great van. Great van.
It's a great van.
And you know it had bubble windows.
Oh yes.
Oh, you know it.
Wizard on the side.
Hell yes.
You open it up, it's got this stupid little door hanging thing.
Just pulled up right on the just pulled up right on the beach, sitting there playing your Ultravision.
Okay, that does actually
Damn.
sound good. I'm not gonna lie. Right now, the sweet van with the bed and the shag carpeting covering the walls
All right, all I
and the
can imagine
ceiling,
is just
and then the Ultravision back there.
It's all
Just
right until the
3
cops show
old
up, guys.
sweaty dudes just playing the Ultravision in the van right now. Going, fuck! Oh, yes! Oh, in the ass! Fuck you!
Why did we have to turn off the AC? Because the Ultravision takes too much power.
I could just imagine people walking by like, what the fuck is going on in there?
So next week, catch our new show, 3 Guys in an Ultravision, on NBC. Because you know they'd show that.
Yeah.
One of us turned
To catch
out
a
to be
vaporware.
superhero eventually.
I mean, it did run off a nuclear reactor, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's right. That's how we get our superpowers. All right, Rob, take us out.
All right,
You're
so
genetically deformed.
before I take you out, we'll talk about this week's Game Focus. And this week it will be Demo Derby by the Game Mechanics. They want to tell you about their lovely demolition
Demolition.
racing game.
Have another beer, Rob.
We're going to tell you about the demolition racing
I
game.
played this game. I liked it.
Demo Derby, it's actually a sequel or a remake of a game that apparently a lot of people still play. So yeah, very interesting. Demo Derby is one of the most authentic demolition.
Demolition.
Rob, I gotta read this right. Okay.
All right,
Come on,
read it.
people.
All right.
Oh,
Demo
yes.
Derby is one of the most authentic demolition derby games ever made. It's being tested and critiqued by the demolition derby community itself, including
Oh, you
many
said that one
drivers
correct.
and women who hang out with drivers. The game recreates because in the South. Oh, there went our Southern listeners. The adrenaline thrill drivers get when they're hurtling their cars at one another, hoping to be the last car moving. Jesus, I need Zoom. There we go. Wouldn't you love to be able to start your car and smash it into another car? Every day when I see Illinois drivers. When you play a racing game, do you see how big an accident you can create? Well, in demolition derbies, that's a good thing. In fact, you don't smash things, you lose. Whoo! Lots of tracks. I'm going to skip a paragraph there. Lots of tracks with day and night events, follows the basic rules you will see at any demolition derby, and damage based on the physics of the collision. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
So, okay, you actually pronounced demolition.
Oh, correctly the second time.
Come on.
With the damn
And the third
All
time.
right. So,
quality, something you don't get here.
where can our users find this game?
Well, you can check it out at www.gamemechanics.com.
All right. So, guys, check it out.
There is a link right now on our Facebook to the game.
All right. Good.
So check it out.
Yeah.
You know, get your
I had fun.
demolition on.
I liked it.
Did you do some demolition?
I did.
Demolition.
Did you put that cartridge right in and do some demolition?
That's right.
Cartridge.
Speaking of demolition, we just about demolated this particular podcast for the week.
Oh, Christ.
Don't forget to check us out at www.guysgamesandbeer.net. You can check us out on Facebook, www.facebook.com/guysgamesandbeer. On Twitter, you can check us out at Guys Games Beer. No, and because they're cheap with their letters on them Twitters. Finally,
we are on Periscope now, as the people who are watching us on Periscope have found out. We will be doing this on a regular basis, I think.
Yep. www.periscope.com/guysgamesandbeer.
So you can watch us live as we record this and really get upset with how...
And if you are watching live and you do respond, we respond.
Well, we did in the beginning where we got too drunk and then we couldn't see what people were typing about because
I got kind of busy. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
But, you know.
But generally we do.
Generally, we do listen.
Yes. And we are we record normally Tuesday nights, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
That's true. Pre-game giveaways. Hey. Thanks for watching, Guys Games and Beer!
Yeah!